Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Strange Marvel Theories. And this morning's video, once again, is on the subject of Marvel's Avengers Doomsday. I know it's a long way out, but there's been a few theories going around, and I think that what's going to happen in the film is that in the Doomsday film is the reason why Doom looks like Tony, or Tony is Doom, is if you go back in the film Ant-Man and the Wasp, the film Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scott has a dream about Janet Van Dyne, and she puts it in his mind of a memory, puts a memory in his mind about her playing hide and go seek with Hope, and Hank explains that there was a quantum entanglement, and it was due to his suit, is what it was, and then he had a connection to the real world. Scott had a connection to the present day reality where he was at, that Janet was part of at one point. So there was a quantum entanglement because of Hank's suit and the fact that it had his atoms and DNA in it, and it quantumly entangled with Janet's atoms and molecules and DNA because they had contact. They had been in close contact. They were a couple. They were married. So I think that during the travels of Tony, and this is just a theory, as to the how he looks like Tony, and it plays on an aspect, and it plays on a storyline in the comics where Doctor Doom is failing. He's failing at college, and he's failing at life, and he sees that Tony Stark is being successful, so he invents a technology through magic to switch minds with Tony. And I think that that's going to be a play on that, where Doctor Doom being a genius and Tony being a genius, somewhere in the quantum realm, they become quantumly entangled at some point. And then, of course, Tony dies, and I think that Doom will come around and pretend to be Tony because he's been quantumly entangled, so he'll have Tony's intellect, his memories, his personality, all that, and then he can just disguise himself as Tony, and it's gonna mean that he's gonna break down the Avengers. He's basically gonna try to subdue the Avengers and break them down, and I think that it's based on the fact that they've done all kinds of things to make different realities happen, like Clint with the baseball glove that he did not return, that he kept, that we see in his series, the Hawkeye series. He actually kept the glove that he was supposed to return, that he had gotten from the recent past, but it was an object from the past. It's a constant object that's it's basically something that will last, and it doesn't die. So it would be something that would keep a time wrench. It would create a time branch, and it would create a time branch that's based on the time that it was created and the world that it was created in. So that probably influenced the creation of the world of the Fantastic Four, being a 1960s themed world, but with advanced technology. And I think that what will happen is Doom will be after Natasha, because I think Natasha survived and got shrunk in the quantum realm from the Pym particles that she had with her, and Doom will be after her to figure out how she survived going into, like, being sacrificed. Not, she sacrificed herself, so therefore I think that Doom will be after her to figure out what she did to come back to life, because she was probably in the soul realm, and then because of the Pym particles, and then the soul realm being part of the quantum realm, she was able to get out of the soul world, but perhaps she's soulless. Um, and I think that what will happen is Doom will also be after, like he went after Thanos. He killed Thanos before he had the stones to get rid of that happening. I think that Doom will be after Loki because, um, for example, um, like in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, there was multiple realities. One was like a cartoon one was a black and white one, and there's a bunch of different ones. And I think that was based on the fact that objects were left or people were left behind, and they weren't pruned, or they didn't die or fade away. So there's different realities, and I think that Doom um, has been trying to find a way to get his, like in the comics, Doom is trying to get to his mother, or find a way to bring his mother back to life. And I think it convolutes everything, the way that the Avengers have done things, and it's created branch timelines. And he is coming after Loki to either reopen timelines or destroy the timelines. And I think that he will be after Natasha, because I think that she did survive. And she's alive, but she's got no soul. And I think that he's going to try to get information from her to figure out how, if she survived because she was shrunk into the quantum realm from the Pym particles that she had in her suit that probably broke on impact, he'll probably be trying to get to her. So there's a bunch of different fronts where he's trying to get after these people to stop them, or to use them to as a means to an end to get things done that he wants done. And with that, I'm going to end this video. And once again, if you like my videos, hit like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you later.